Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike Rayambuya, your average Joe card slinger, and for today's video, I am just going to post the Twitch highlight of me opening up all the available products that came out for Archezia's Island or Set 7 for the Lorcana TCG. We opened the Lilo and Stitch Escape Artist, where you get a few packs, a special Lilo Escape Artist card, and of course a collector or a storage box. We also looked at the two new starter decks that came with Set 7, as well as the Illumineers Treasure Trove, which is their equivalent to the um, Elite Trainer boxes, as well as a box of Lorcana Set 7 itself. So a lot of packs were opened, got some decent pulls, got all the cards, got most of the cards I needed for my new pirate deck that I'm looking forward to play. But other than that, hopefully you enjoy the video, and we'll see you later. Okay, so like I said, we have quite a few stuff to go through. Um, so I'm just gonna kind of start with some random stuff. So everything unboxing today has been released. Um, for the set. So, or during the set, I should say. So first, I want to show off kind of a cool little gift box. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so this is a gift box you can get for Lacana. Contains a glimmer foil, which is just um, actually just has color around it. Um, has 5 packs inside. The 5 packs you get is the Swordsman pack that are random, so they're from the Rise of the Floodborn, Ink, Into the Inklands, Ursula Return, Shimmering Skies, and Azure at Sea. Plus a storage box, some dividers and whatnot. So, I'll just open this up right quick. Maybe I should zoom out a bit. Not that much. There we go, maybe. Alright, so here is the storage box. Pretty standard, not too bad. There is our Glimmering Hollow of Lilo Escape Artist. This is a 2-cost inkable. Excuse me, 1 strength, 2 willpower. No place I'd rather be. At the start of your turn, if this card is in your discard, you may play her, and she enters Exerted. She also quests for 2. So, good for a deck that does discard or if it gets banished or whatnot. So, we'll put that over there. Let's see what our 5 packs are. So, our 5 packs are going to be 1 Shimmering Skies, 2 Shimmering Skies, 1 Ursula Returns, 1 Ursula Returns, and 2 Ursula Returns and 1 Into the Inklands. So, not bad. Add that to the pile of packs I'm going to be opening. And the 3 punch-outable dividers. Besides being punch out, they're not too bad. Not like good cardstock, but they work. So. Always have a trash bag nearby. That way you don't make a ton of mess of things. Storage boxes are your friends, especially if you want to collect a bunch of cards. Alright. Next, so that was a gift set that just came out along with the set. It's not anything tied to the set. Um, Also, nice thing about Lorcana is every new set they come out with starter decks, and so we have two new starter decks here um, for the Archazia Island, a Ruby Sapphire and a Amethyst Steel. So we'll go through the Ruby Sapphire first. This is a items deck, basically. Yeah, so an inventive pair victory can be part of your tale with these Ruby Sapphire's glimmers in hand or paw. Together, Bale, mechanic extraordinaire, and Beast, frustrated designer, tinker around with items, tools, and even discard scrap to engineer a winning strategy. It is what you get when a pretty ingenious minds meet with one beast of a brain. And so you get a starter deck, you get the deck, um, you'll get a bonus pack. So we'll just throw it into the pile of packs I'm going to be having. You always get a quick start of the rules, which will be nice, especially with the new dual ink types. Breaks it down for you. You get punch-outable markers and a lore tracker, and a foldable playmat, which is two-sided, but you easily can track your lore through there. So I ink the cards on play, your deck, and your discard. So I always like to keep one handy if I ever match up. These ones, I already got some other ones, so I tend to kind of just chuck those. Alright, let's check out the deck. The nice things about these decks is that they're part of the set, so they're not cards designed specifically to be a starter deck. These are cards from the set slapped together, or not slapped, put together to make a starter deck. So first we have a hollow bell, mechanic extraordiness, shift 7, sorry, 9 ink to play, a 7 strength, 7 willpower, uh, Ruby Sapphire. This is new to this set with the dual colors. Everything beforehand has been single colors. There we go. Quest is for 3. Shift 7. So if you have another bell on the field, you can play this on top of the bell for a cost of 7 rather than 9. For each item in your discard, you pay 1 less to play this character using your shift ability. Okay. Whenever this character quests, you may put up to 3 items from your discard to the bottom of your deck to gain 1 lore for each card you moved away. That ain't bad. Trash your items and then use them to make a lower play cost. So here's the second one. Here's Beast, Frustrated Designer. 6 non-inkable, 5 strength, 5 attack. Quest is for 2 lore. Um, Ruby Sapphire. You can exhaust it and pay 2 ink to banish 2 of your items. Deal 5 damage to chosen character. Oh, wow. So this would work well to set up shifting a bell on the field. So usually you just get 1 copy of each. Then we get Maurice, a play cost 4, inkable, 5 strength, 2 willpower, quest is for 1. Unconventional Inventor. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item of yours to draw a card. If the banish item is named Maurice's Machine, you may also banish chosen character with 2 strength or less. So, a lot of Belle, a lot of Beauty and the Beast rep in this one. Lio Tiberius Roke from Atlantis, the Crystallized Mercenary. 8 costs, 6 strength for willpower. Explosion. Once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, deal 2 damage to each character in play. Wow, that's... it does say each character in play, so you do hurt yourself, or do hurt... Yeah, you do hurt yourself. But that really isn't bad. Inquest is for 3. Kita! Kita, Creative Thinker, a 4 play inkable, 3 a 3/3. Ward, opponent can introduce character except challenge, so this can't be affected by any card effects. It can only be targeted for challenges or attacks. And for 4 costs, exhaust this character, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 into your inkwell face down, exerted, and the other to the top of your deck. That honestly ain't bad, especially if you have good ramp to suspend this character and or exhaust this character, sorry, or exert, I guess is the game terminology, and get to look at 2, put 1 in inkwell, and put 1 back to the top. Now you just have good drawing mechanics that also work as well. Alright, first action, it's a song. It's a cost 5 inkable. All is found. I can put up to 2 cards from your discard into your inkwell face down and exerted. Alright, so we got some ramp in this deck. Okay. It looked like it froze there, so I was like, wait, my guy's still moving, but... Alright, Moana. Evasion, that's good. 4/3. Whenever this character challenges another character and another character of yours gains +3. Okay, so not bad. So you challenge. Since it has evasive, it can challenge other characters with evasive. For those familiar with Magic, this would be a kind of like similar to characters with flying can only be challenged with characters with flying. Yeah, quest is for 1. Not bad. It's got a few of those. Longbow. So this is also the nice part about the starter decks is that you maybe pull cards from previous sets. So Longbow's actually from the previous set. Azurite Sea. So you can pay 2. Chosen character of yours gains evasion until the start of the next turn. So we got a couple of those. Here we have Sir Kai from Sword in the Stone. He's a 2 cost, 2/2, quest is for 2. No other effects. Not bad. A couple copies of him. Ruby Coil. This is a item. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, chosen character gets +2 strength on this turn. You don't have to tap it, it just automatically happens. So if you use it on like Sir Kai, he now has a 2/4, which can deal a lot of damage. So a couple copies of that. Alright, so here's Maurice's Machine. So this is our first dual color item. So when this item is banished, you may return an item card with 2 or less from your discard to your hand. And this is a 3 cost, so that ain't bad. Especially since you're going to be throwing cards into the discard anyway. Or items to help lower costs with Belle and whatnot. Alright, another dual color, the Beagle Boys from DuckTales. Cost 4, inkable, has an effect of hurry it up. Whenever this character quests, and can quest for 2, chosen character of yours gains rush and resist +1. Resist basically says you take 1 less damage. So not bad. Alright, so we got 2 copies of him. And then we got Giatan Moliere. 3 costs, vanilla. He's 3/4, and he quests for 1. Alright, and the aristocrats. Some rep in here. I got Marie. Or Mary, I guess. 2 costs, 1, 2, quests for 2. Whenever this character quests, you give chosen character -2 strength. Okay, so we have a debuffer here. So 2 copies of that. Jebediah Farnsworth. He's a 4 cost, 3/3. He supports, so when he quests, he gives his strength to another character. So going back to like Sir K. Sir K would bump up to a 5/2 then. I got 4 basic 4 groups. When you play this character, chosen character gains resist until the start of your next turn. Okay, not a bad. Alright, so 3 copies of him. Cogsworth. 3 cost, 3/3, inkable. While you have an item card in your discard, this character gains +2 strength. Okay, so he bumps up to a 5/3 as long as I have an item card in my discard. Shouldn't be hard to do. 3 copies of him. The Stabbington brother. This should be from Enchanted. Yeah. Alright, so he has Rush. He has a non-inkable 4 cost. He has 3/4, quests for 1. This is the one without the patch, of course. Your other character's name, Stabbington Brothers, gains Rush. Alright, the Cybug from Wreck-It Ralph. 2 costs, 1, 2. This character gets +1 in strength for each other character you have in play. Okay, so he's definitely going to benefit from having a board filled. So 2 copies of that. Toby, Dog Companion. Non-inkable, 1 cost, 3/1. Not bad for 3/1. He won't be staying on the field for long, but with 3 strength, he can actually do a good amount of damage and hit an opponent pretty well. 3 copies of that. More aristocrat referee with Edgar Balthazar. 5 cost, inkable, 6/5, quests for 1. No other effects. Got a couple copies of him. Unconventional tool. When this item is banished, you pay 2 less for the next item you play this turn. Alright, a way to make the next item free. Alright, another card from the previous set, gold coin. I can exhaust this and pay 1 to banish this item. Already chosen character of yours, this character can't quest for the rest of the turn. So this is an item you just have on the field to quest, and then ready character, and then challenge with them to maybe finish off an opponent. Alright. And then Chaka from Emperor's New Groove. 4 costs, 4/3, quests for 2, a couple copies of that. Oh, here's some ramp with Donald Duck focused Flatfoot. He's a 3/4, cost us 5, inkable. And when I play this character, I may put the top card from my deck into my inkwell face down and exert it. Now, most of the time, you have to make sure that it has this inkable symbol. But since you're taking it straight from your deck into your inkwell, you don't get a choice. You don't have to worry about that. So, a couple copies of him. Monsieur Darkwa. It's a 1 cast, 1, 2. Whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen item of yours to draw a card. Okay, that works with this deck. This deck is about banishing items and then using them to lower some costs. Alright, we have Bell, the apprentice inventor. During this turn, you may banish chosen item of yours to play this character for free. Okay, so get an item out, banish it, get a 3 cost out for free. That ain't a bad trade. And then you can can shift into Belle pretty early if you get some of your ramping done. Robin Hood, an eye for detail. He's 3 cost, 3/3. Support. So he gains 3 to someone else, and that's about it. But that ain't too bad. Not bad at all. Alright, older card, Helping Hands from the previous set. Chosen character gains support, draw a card, and then draw a card. Okay, so I choose one of my characters, gets a support, so when he quests, he can give a strength to someone else, and then I also get to draw a card. Not bad. And then one from a couple sets ago, Medal of Heroes. I can exert this item and pay 2 to banish this item. Chosen character gains +2 to their lore, so instead of whatever the lore count is, I gain another one. So if I use if I use this bell right here, so I can give this bell +2, make it 5, and then if I have a supporter, that definitely is going to make it extra benefit for me to suspend that. And last 2 is another action song of Ever As Before. Remove up to 2 damage characters from any chosen characters. Or, yeah, up to 2 damage from any chosen. And when it comes to removing damage, you have to make sure it says character or location, or an or location. So if you don't have any characters, but you just have locations, you can just do that. Alright, so no new locations in this one, but that's fine. There's plenty of locations you can add. Alright, so that was the Ruby Sapphire. Next we're going to look at this Jafar and Iago Animus Steel. It was really tough on this one for some odd reason. Alright, so deck, pack, quick rule set, and a mat. So you get that with every starter deck. Which I think is nice, especially the free starter deck. And more punch out stuff. Oh, I should have read what those back of this one said for strategy wise. Feathered and feared. The bickering duo known to make a scene, while amorous Glimmer and illustrious Iago, giant spectacle parrot, causes havoc. Amorous Steel Glimmer Jafar, newly crowned, manipulates such specters to trick opponents. Powerful in their own right, illusions help push you to victory and can disappear like sand in the wind. So that's a new trait of some glimmers. So in Lorcana, basically you are summoning glimmers. Glimmers are kind of like versions or clones of existing characters, especially in the world of Disney. Okay, so and this one's supposed to mess with a new illusion characters, which is always fun. So I need to check something right quick. Alright, so yeah, so there's new illusion cards, or care a new illusion trait, and that's what this Jafar is focused on. So this is Jafar newly crowned. He's a 2/4, 4 cost. Quest is for 2. During your opponent's turn, whenever one of your illusion characters is banished, you may return that card to your hand. Okay, so having illusion characters banished or sent to your discard isn't a big deal, as you can get them right back if you have just Jafar out. And here is Yago, Giant Spectacle Parrot. So here's the illusion trait you will need to keep an eye out for. So 4 costs, 4 6, 4 strength, 4 6 willpower, has evasion. So that means he can't be challenged unless someone else has evasion, and as a 4/6, he should survive a lot of battles. But this new mechanic of Vanish, when an opponent chooses this character for an action, banish them. So it really doesn't matter how much damage gets done or whatnot, as long as they are chosen as a target for a spell or for an action, they get banished. So that's a bit rough, but given their size and given some of their abilities, it could definitely help out. Alright, so we have a Mana Mim, cheating spellcaster with Play Rough. Whenever this character quests, exert chosen opposing character. Okay, so by exerting them, it makes them a target for any challenges. So Mana Mim is a 4/5 that quests for 2 and it costs 6. We have our first action of restoring the crown. Exert all opposing characters. Whenever one of your characters banishes another character in a challenge, gain 2 lore. So this is definitely going to benefit you from being a little more aggressive. And since you exert all opposing characters, you have plenty of targets. Alright, we have Rhea from The Last Dragon. During a turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, this character gains resist +1 until the start of your next turn. So 3 costs, 1/4, and quests for 2. Ba Zhao, War Hero from Mulan. Training exercise. When one of your character challenges another character, if it's the second challenge this turn, gain 3 lore. Okay, so definitely benefits you from doing multiple challenges. Kashakim. Kashikim from Atlantis. 3 costs for 3, quests for 1. I meant for 3 costs in this, and can do 4 damage. That ain't bad. So a couple copies of him. The Amorous Coil is a 3 cost item. During a turn, whenever a card is put into Inkwell, you may move 1 damage counter from a chosen character to a chosen opposing character. Okay, so that is not bad. So moving damage is very, very different. So if you move damage, you're not doing damage, so any effects like resist and whatnot do not matter. So if you move a damage to a character with resist +1, it doesn't like nullify it. It just moves it. Magical maneuvers and their action to return chosen characters yours to your hand and exert chosen character. This card would probably work very well in some of the Merlin and Madame Min deck. That deck is about playing characters removing from the field or return to your hand, so that would definitely work on a deck like that. So a couple cards of that. Have another illusion of Giant Cobra, Ghastly Serpent. This is a 3 costs for 4, has Vanish. When you play this character, you may choose and discard a card to gain 2 lore. And with Jafar, if it does get banish, it puts right to your hand. If you have the extra Inkling around, you can play this again, discard another card, and you gain 4 lore in the turn. A couple copies of that. A couple copies of Arthur Wart. So when you're building a deck, the name and like the subtitle, or I guess the title maybe, matters because you can have up to 4 copies, but you're gonna have multiple copies of like Arthur, so you gotta make sure you have this. Pay attention to which Arthur you are adding. Helga Sinclair, Challenger +3. So Challenger is when this character challenges, it gains 3 strength. So 0, 4. So when she's being challenged, she doesn't get the boost, but when she's challenging someone, she does. So this is definitely more an offensive card. And also, well as during your turn, this character gains evasive. So this is a very good offensive card because not only does it get +3, plus you'll have other cards powered. Plus there are other cards you can use to power it up, and then it can also challenge your opponent's evasive characters. So that will definitely help your side of the field. Pop a copy of that. Next we have Mufasa. It's a 4 cost 4/4. Quest is for 1. Double Trouble. 2 cost action where you deal 1 damage to up to 2 chosen characters. So you ping a couple characters for damage, which isn't bad because damage does stick. It does not reset, kind of like in Magic. So in Magic, when a Magic character takes damage, it resets at the beginning of your turn or the beginning of the turn. Where in Lorcana, it just is it just sticks around. Training Dummy. You can exert this and pay 2. Chosen character gains Bodyguard until the start of your turn. So Bodyguard, opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with Bodyguard if able. So this is, so Steel has a good effect of this Bodyguard to where you kind of force them to challenge. So this is a really good thing to do to give to some of your bulkier and stronger cards. So we got a couple copies of that. Sorry, I gotta check on something real quick. Okay. The Carpenter from that little short story in Alice in Wonderland. The Carpenter and the Walrus, I believe. 2 cost 1/1. Quest is for 1. When this character is banished, you may exert chosen character. So if this character is banished, you just say, hey, that card exerted, and they can't do anything for the rest of the turn. So 2 copies of that. And then Tanana from Brother Bear. It's just a 4 strength, 4 willpower. Probably a good card to give Bodyguard, given that it's high willpower and high strength, and it's a 4 cost. So a couple copies of that. Treasure Guardian, Forbidding Sentry. So 4 costs, 3/3. Whenever you play this character, if you have an illusion character in play, you may draw a card. Okay, not bad. Teka, Lava Monster. 6 cost, 5, 6, challenger plus 2. So that's a pretty strong card to be swinging at your opponents. So when you challenge a card, if you do the Royal Crown to exert them all, makes them all targets, that's a 7/6 coming at them. So that ain't bad. Plus, if you have anything to unexert it or ready it, it could swing again. 2 copies of that. We got Pain, which is just a 1/3. Quest is for 1, but it's a cheap inkable card to get on the field. And Panic, High Strung Imp. When you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to opposing character. So another move damage around the field type deal. It's a 2/3 and the quest is for 2. Costs 4. Alright, here's another illusion. We have Raja, Ghostly Tiger. So cost 2. It's a 3/3, quest is for 1, and it does have Vanish, like everything other illusions. So 3 copies of that. A Very Merry Unbirthday. This is a action songs. Key thing about songs is that you don't have to pay the ink. If you have a character of cost 1 or higher, you can exert them to sing the song. So that is a pretty good effect to have. Alright, so I'll leave a couple copies of that. Retrosphere. One of the few items in this deck. So you pay 2, banish this item, return a character, item, or location with 3 or less, that costs 3 or less to their player's hand. So good to throw a card back in your hand, or if you have an opponent's card that's really giving you fits, you can throw it back in their hand and kind of force them to waste the ink to get it back on the field. So a couple copies of that. The Royal Guard, the Bonafide Protector, the one that got turned into a cow. Another good candidate for Bodyguard. He may not have a lot of strength, but his willpower makes it so he should stay on the field for a while. King Herbert, nothing special here. It's a 3 cost, 3/4. Quest is for 1. And Aquila, or Kella. I think this is Jungle Book. Vanilla, 2 cost, 3 attack, 2 willpower, quest for 1. Hee hee. Probably one of the few cards I think he's in every color now. Who would think this dumb little chicken from Moana would do so much? But nothing special on him. He's a 1 cost and he is a 2/2 and quest for 1. Razul from Aladdin. 2 costs, 1/3. My orders come from Jafar. When you play this character, if you have a character named Jafar in play, banish chosen item. Not bad. Not for a 2 cost. That's very cheap for item removal. And our last 3 cards is Jafar, Aspiring Ruler. 3 costs, 3/2, quest for 2. When you play this character, chosen character gains Challenger plus 2 for the turn. So you put that on Helga, or it gives Challenger plus 3, so that gives her Challenger plus 5 for the turn. So that ain't bad. No locations, but that's fine. We have plenty of locations we can choose from there. So that is the Almus Steel starter deck. Okay, second to last item before we get into the actual pack on opening. So this is a Illuminator's Trove. This is Lorcana's equivalent to Elite Trainer boxes. So, what do you get in an Illuminator's Trove? Well, funny you should ask. Ooh, okay. They're usually not this mangled. Wow, that got... They're usually not that mangled. So this can be used as storage box, but maybe not this one. But so no, another storage box you get that has some main cards on here. I always like having these because storage is never something you can never truly run out of. It's a TCG collector. You get a set of dice to help keep track of damage or increase, lower, resist. These are kind of a pretty white and green looking ones. You get a memory counter dial, so basically you just spin it. And magic goals to get up to 20. So if you don't want to use the game mat, you can use one of these. Also something helpful to have. And then, of course, you get... These aren't punch-out dividers. These are a little bit more sturdy. But you do get some dividers that have some card art featured in the set that help you to stay organized. And then you get 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 packs of the set. So we have 8 more Archazia's Island packs to open as well. So right now we're at 10 packs. So if you're looking to get a start in Lorcana, you necessarily don't have to buy a case. You can get the starter deck and I would say a trove. Usually for about 70, 75 bucks, 80 bucks at the most, depending on your store, of course. And so 80 bucks to get 2 decent starter decks and a handful of packs and dice and a dial counter ain't bad compared to buying a box, which runs anywhere between 110 to 130, again, based on your store. But yeah, so that's what you get in a treasure trove. But now, on to the main event of cracking packs, but we won't do this one just yet. So I did spoil myself, and I got an actual box of Lorcana. I usually don't. I usually just get the star decks and the trove, but I just kind of feel like spoiling myself. But let's open up the packs we got from the gift set and the starter decks and the trove. So we'll open the loan into the Inklands. So this set introduced locations into the game. Alright, and there's no card trick, but at the back of your part you'll get something like this. For this set, they put in the new card type, which explains some new rules, so locations and the moving of damage because that's when that mechanic was introduced. So we have a Milo, Magic Broom, Repair, Mickey Mouse Stolid Explorer, Billy Bones Keeper of the Map, Patch Intimidating Pup, Scrooge McDuck Uncle Moneybags, Rise of the Titans, Dive Bomb, Helga Sinclair, Femme Fatale, Ariel Adventurous Collector, and a Hollow Ursula Sea Witch. And every pack's gonna come with a hollow. Okay, next we'll open up the Ursula Return cards packs we got. So on these ones, they were promoting. So in other packs, though, you'll get pieces of a puzzle that you can put together to make a beautiful picture. Alright, so for this pack, we get record player, Benja, Lucia Madrigal, Jacques, Transformed Chef, another Magic Broom, Imperial Bow, Medallion Weights, Dig a Little Deeper, No, Hades Double Dealer, good hit for a gold card, and a hollow, a hollow Virtual Sphere. Alright, let's see what's in this other Ursula's Return pack. Another art card. Alright, so we get an Ursula in her Vanessa form. Brawl. TikTok, ever present Persuader. Hidden Cove, our location card. Tuk Tuk, Curious Partner. Beast, Thick Skin. Mickey Mouse, leader of the band. Flotsam and Jetsam. Megara. John Silver, Tower of the Realm. A Raya, Unstoppable Force, and a reverse Lucia Madrigalga. Or Madrigalga. I can never remember how to pronounce that. Alright. So, that's our. And some Shimmering Isle, Shimmering Skies, sorry. These ones were promoting Gateway, which is a starter set you can get. It has 4 decks pre-built in, so another product you can use to get started. I don't need those. Alright. Ranchi's of Flugger Butter, Zazu, Anna, Healing Decanter, Basil, Hey Hey, Scar, Hideaway, Monstro, Vanellope Von Sweets, Tug of War, and a hollow Rapunzel's Tower. Okay. Basil, Snow Anna Rainbow, Ulf, The Knock, Tuck, Shield of Rainy Dele, Ed, Maiden Marian, Food Fight, Moana, Scrooge McDuck, and a reverse Scrooge McDuck. Alright, now on to the big boys of the current set of Archazia's Island. So on these ones though, so these ones we get a art card, but on the other side it's part of a story. So, um, so we'll see. The nice thing supposedly is that you can make it into a flip book with all of them. So we will see what we can do with that. All right. We have Yzma, uh, Spirited Schemer, as she's deciding which lever to pull. Dolores Madriaga, Pacha, Unconventional Tool, Bolt, Matthias, Mary, Wendy Darling, the Pirate Queen, Archimedes, the Glass Slipper. Oh, this is interesting. So, usually can have 4 copies of it, but the Glass Slipper, you can only have 2 copies of the Glass Slipper in a deck, which makes sense. Most people only have 2 feet. But I can use this to look for one of my Prince characters. Oh no, I can banish this item and exert one of my Prince characters to search for a Princess character card and reveal it to all players. Put that card in your hand and shuffle your deck. Okay, that's a new deal. Lady, Miss Park Avenue, and a reverse Thunderbolt. The make-believe dog character from 101 Dalmatians. You know what? I'm gonna make this pack the last pack of the stream, so we're just gonna put that there. And as far as hit, that's really only our hit right now is this Hades. Gold is kind of the highest rarity you can get. Regularly, there are things called enchanted cards, which are super freaking hard to get. I think after all the packs I have opened, I've only encountered one. Alright, so we have He's a Tramp, Canine Crunchies, Raja, Cogsworth, Orville? I know he's from the Rescuers, but I can never pronounce his name. Water Has Memory, Duchess, Madame Medusa, from the first Rescuers movie, Mufasa. Oh, Madame Mim. Did I drop one of my cards? Devil's Eye Diamond. That was the diamond they really went after in the first Rescue movies, right? That was the whole deal. It was like in the swamp or somewhere, and Madame Medusa was using that young girl to try to get it, if I remember right. And Wake Up Alice. Does it tell me the rarity of it? Yeah, so these are legendary cards, so we definitely want to find legendary cards. A Wake Up Alice, Mariano Guzman, Elsa, Edgar Balthazar, Miss Bianca, BMX Charging Station, Restoring the Heart, Thunderbolt, Diablo, Yzma, a Bell, and a Hollow Pepper. Okay. Sorry, the music may be a little too peaceful for me. We'll switch it up a bit. Alright, let's keep going. We have a Pachon, Trusty, Pete, TikTok, Water has memory, Water has memory, Devon, 7, I can't remember how that's pronounced. The Prince, Pascal, Donson, the Queen, there is another legendary, and whoop, our hollow is a Robin Hood. I'm just making sure I didn't pull any other legendaries in the other packs that I did not see. A couple super rares, but nothing. Alright. So there's our 2 hits so far. Alright. Treasure Guardian. Grujin, I can never remember. Treasure Planet, Yzma, Orville, BMX Charging Station, Cybug, Sapphire Coil, Mother Gothel, Sir Kai, Ink Geyser, King Candy, and a Hollow Panic. Candlehead, Takai, Panic, Queen of Hearts, Dr. Calico, Taluis, Thunderbolt, Madame Medusa, Li Shang, Another Teikai, but a Floodborn one. And a legend. Alright, we have a legendary Ratigan. A Hollow Calhoun. Another Wake Up Alice. Mariano. Elsa. Out of Order. TikTok. Freckles. Duchess. Excuse me. Mother Gothel. Excuse me. Fix It Felix Jr. Tramp. Cinderella. Reverse Matthias. Alright. Canine Crunchies. Raja. Yzma. Moana. Cybug. Jafar. Lady Cluck. Amber Coil. Kashakim. Kana. I think that's what I was supposed to say. I haven't seen Brother Bear in a while. I can't remember how to pronounce that. Restoring the Crown. Kana, this time a bear. And another art card. Really should just put the art cards in a pile. Yzma, Mariano, Elsa, Belle, Card Soldier, Training Staff, that, and my entire setup moves, sorry about that, Training Staff, Thomas O'Malley, Moliere, Steel Coil, All Is Found, a legendary Aurora, and a hollow Baymax. Okay, so before we move on to the big boy box, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. And I just realized my mic is not in position, so I've not been talking to anyone this entire time. Lovely. Alright, Cheshire Cat, Mariano, Queen of Hearts, Raja, Freckles, Orville, Madame Medusa, Anastasia, Restoring the Heart, Ink Geyser, Jafar, and a hollow Aquila. Alright, another Penny the Orphan, Lady, Peppa, Car Soldier, Pain, Hey Hey, Amorous Coil, Thunderbolt, another Hey, a Mad Hatter, a Takai, and a Hollow Water Has Memory. Now, as far as I know, there's no guarantee pulls in these boxes, unlike the Digimon TCG boxes, where you guarantee every box at least has an alt art and a secret. Some of them may have 3 alt arts and a secret, but that's okay. Alright, so we're down to our last 3 packs already. Kind of burned through this one, but we also did a lot of product. The Ark, Wake Up Alice, Trusty, Cogsworth, Elsa, Miss Bianca, Steel Coil, the Troubadour, Mufasa, Rhea, Maid Marian, and a reverse Basil. Or hollow Basil, not reverse, god dang it. Alright, second to last pack. Oops, gotta take that off. Alright. Water Has Memory. Roger Raycliffe. He's a Tramp. The Matchmaker. Takai. Dr. Calico, sorry. Giant Cobra. Snow White. Mufasa. Madam Min. Basil. And a hollow Steel Coil. Alright. Last pack. Let's see if we can get another legend. Or hell, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get an enchanted. Highly doubtful. Those enchanted cards have such a low pull rate. Alright. Last pack. Cheshire Cat. Calhoun. This is my family. Dr. Calico. Lewis. Out of Order. The Troubadour. Cusco. Lee Sang. Maurice. Rhino. And Reverse Mufasa. So, out of all these packs, not bad. So we got Return of Hercules. We have Tamatawa. So 6 costs, 4 strength, 5 willpower. Coolest collection. When you play this character, return up to 2 items from your discard to your hand. Whenever this character quests, you may play an item for free. Any quests is for 2. Bagheera. He has Bodyguard. He's a 4/3, costs 5, quests for 2. During your opponent's turn, when this character is banished, deal 2 damage to an opposing character. Alrighty. So, since he has bodyguard, it makes him a target for most challenges. Scrooge McDuck, Resourceful Miser. He's a 4 cost, 4 strength, 4 willpower, quests for 1. You may exert 4 items of yours to play this character for free. Okay, when you play this character, look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal an item card and put it into your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with items. The Queen, Jealous Beauty, 4 cost, 4 strength, 4 willpower. I can exert this character, chosen 3 cards from chosen opponent's discard, put them on the bottom of their deck to gain 3 lore. If any princess cards were among them, gain 4 instead. Okay, so you're playing against a character that's specifically using princesses. You can put them to the bottom of your deck to gain free lore. That ain't bad. Aurora, we got a couple of these. Waking Beauty, she's Singer 5, so even though she's a cost 3, she's a Singer 5, so she can count to sing songs that are 5 cost or lower. So that's always good. 1 strength for willpower, she quests for 2. When you remove or move 1 or more damage from a character, ready this character, she cannot quest or challenge for the rest of the turn. Huh. That's interesting. So she can't quest, she can't challenge, but also she can't be targeted because she's not exerted. Last, we got a couple rares of Radigan, Nefarious Criminal. Marvelous Performance. He's a 4 cost, 3/3. Whenever you play an action, while this character is exerted, gain 1 lore. Okay, so you quest with him, and then you then take your turn to play actions and gain more lore. Alright. So, the fun part about Lorcana is when they do stuff like this. I'm just gonna switch over to my just chatting screen while I'm doing this. That way I'm not boring you with some boring sorting. So if I remember right, there's a cool little thing they've done with this set. So I want to see if after all the packs I have opened, do I have enough to tell a full story? Because that would be pretty sick. And watch me be missing one. Since these are all random, we will see if I have the completed book. Yep, oh. Alrighty. So, the cool thing about this set particularly So they always do these cool little art style things. But for this set, if you collect all 20 art cards, you get a little cool book. Did you get any goodies? I did. I will have to show you. But I'm showing something cool they did for the set. So, in a couple of sets, you get these art cards these art card puzzle pieces that, when you put them together, create a fabulous picture. What they chose to do for this set, on top of the art cards, is you get a storybook. And so there's a little story that goes along with this as well. But what it also does is, if I do this right, and hopefully the camera can catch it, also does a flip book. I know, it's the littlest things, but you know, it's always the littlest things. So, who knows? Maybe as a YouTube video or a YouTube short, I will read out the book. Because it actually introduces an original character to this universe. And now I get to see if I get all the pieces to create the art, because that's also good. But as far as goodies, I did get some legendaries. But hello, Jesse. How was your stream? How was going around the island and helping the gods? And give a shout out to Jessie, wonderful human being. Go support her. It was very addicting. Good. Good to hear. Alright, so I didn't get any enchanted, but I did get a couple legendaries. So first we have Hades from a gift set we got. So for this set, they also released a Lilo and Stitch themed gift set. So you got this cool little storage box. It came with 5 packs, and then you also get this glittering enchanted Lilo. So, plus I also got both starter decks. So I got a starter deck which features Belle and Beast, as well as the other starter deck which features Jafar and Iago. But as far as the actual hits of all the card packs that I opened, so we got this Hades, Double Dealer, Return of Hercules, Tamatoa, Happy as a Clam, and he's a hollow. Bakira, Guardian Jaguar, Scrooge McDuck, Resourceful Miser, the Queen, Jealous Beauty, 2 copies of Aurora, Waking Beauty, and 2 copies of Ratigan, Nefarious Criminal. So, that is what I pulled after 34 packs of Archazia Island, and then we have 5 packs of various other older sets. So, hey, hey, you made it to the end of the video, which I greatly appreciated. If you liked the video, feel free to check out some other videos that I've posted on the channel. If you're interested to watch some of these streams live, I will post a link down to my Twitch channel in the description down below. But that is it for today. Until next time, may your pulls be blessed, stay safe, and we'll see you around. Bye bye.